hate me, don't you?
Kons podcast.
You hate me, don't you?
Hit that like button, subscribe and share.
You hate me, don't you?
Constant content.
You hate me, don't you?
Constant content.
You hate me, don't you?
Yeah, what's going on? What's happening? Thank you for the round of applause. It's episode 185. What's going on? You know what I'm saying? Episode 185. Got a few topics for y'all today. Y'all know how this goes. It's a Friday. You know what I'm saying? If you're new here, this your first time, hit that subscribe button. You know what I'm saying? Do that first off and foremost before we get started. Now's your time. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have a time now. You're going to have a time in the middle of this motherfucking episode. And I'm going to remind you again at the end of this episode. You feel me? So if you ain't hit that subscribe button yet, go ahead and do that shit now, man. It take about 5 seconds. You know what I'm saying? Got a few topics and shit on this Friday afternoon. It's 1:10 in the afternoon, February 7th on a Friday. You know what I'm saying? Hope everybody doing good. Hope everybody been all right. You know what I mean? Hope everybody been all right. You know what I'm saying? You know, I usually start off with a little bit of transparency. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. You know what I mean? Shit. Losing a parent is hard as fuck. You know what I'm saying? I don't wish this on nobody out there. To everybody that got both their parents or, you know what I mean, active parent in their life that they ain't lost. You know what I mean? Salute you for that. You know what I'm saying? And be humble about that shit. You feel me? Because sometimes I wake up, you know what I'm saying, and knowing my pops ain't here, that shit be killing me. You know what I mean? That's a fact. So if y'all pops and shit is still around, go ahead and get that nigga a call, man. You know what I'm saying? Get that nigga a call, see how he doing, check on him for the one time. But yeah, let's get into these subjects though. You know what I'm saying? This is episode 185. You know what I mean? Just a little bit of transparency. You know what I'm saying? With me, you feel me? But today, we're going to be talking about J.Dilla. This is J.Dilla's birthday today, February 7th. You know what I'm saying? And they named the street after him. We're going to touch on that. We also going to touch on Wu-Tang. Mention the album they got coming. Hype about that in April. Kanye West went on a motherfucking rant. Said a bunch of bullshit again. You feel me? 50 Cent, you know what I mean? Coming at Lil Meech, you know what I'm saying? And Big Meech, I'm going to touch on that situation. And Kendrick did another interview with the actor named Timothy Chalamet. I don't know who that is. Didn't even recognize him when I seen him. I'd have to see a movie or something. I don't know. But he did an interview. It was pretty dope. Quick little, you know what I'm saying? About 3.5 minutes. So I was able to get the whole thing, you know what I'm saying? A clip for you, the whole thing, the whole interview. So we're going to watch that for the last topic. Shit, we might watch it together. Shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. We'll see what's up. But yeah, first and foremost, J.Dilla. So this is J.Dilla's birthday. You know what I'm saying? The city of Detroit has decided to name a street after him. Gave him a whole street name. Had a big ceremony for it. His daughters was out there. I guess his daughters, Jemiah Yancey and Ty Monet Whitelow. They was out there putting this shit together. Also, Questlove was in on it. Common Sense was in on it, Eat Rock, and also Kareem Riggins and Jessica Care Moore. These are the people who was putting this shit together. One of the councilmen, Mary Sheffield, was spearheading it. You know what I mean? She was the woman in charge, putting everything together, putting the groundwork, putting the footwork together and all this shit, making it happen. You know what I'm saying? The councilman, Mary Sheffield. You know what I'm saying? The councilman out there in Detroit. So they named the street after him and gave him his own street name. There's also a place in France, in Montpellier, France, has also named the street after J.Dilla. You know what I'm saying? So if you don't know what J.Dilla is, that's a picture of him that you see right there on the screen. He's a notorious producer, was a producer in the game, in the hip hop world. You know what I'm saying? A staple, a pioneer, a legend. You know what I'm saying? A lot of rappers give him his flower. Definitely a legend. You know what I mean? Definitely a legend. J.Dilla. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace to J.Dilla. Today was his birthday and they gave him a street name out in Detroit, which is something dope. J.Dilla Estate, Questlove. Questlove also has a documentary that he's doing on J.Dilla that's due to come out. You know what I'm saying? Which is dope. If you don't know who Questlove is, that's Questlove right there on the screen. That's the drummer from the group called The Roots. You know what I'm saying? He's been active in a whole lot of active activist, public stuff. You know what I mean? He's putting his face out there as far as being active and doing shit for communities. He been on that. He been on that time. You can also catch him on, I believe it's Jimmy Fallon. He's the Roots is the drummer, is the band and shit on Jimmy Fallon. You know what I'm saying? So you can catch him on there also. But he's doing a documentary on J.Dilla, which is dope. So this next clip right here is the clip of the ceremony that they did when they gave him the street name out there in Detroit. This is everybody on the block, his daughters, you know what I'm saying, went up there and talked. I'm sure one of these women is Mary Sheffield, the councilman that I mentioned. Everybody's out there except for I don't see Common and Questlove and Pete Rock. Well, Pete Rock has passed on, but Questlove and Common, I don't see them out there in this clip. You know what I'm saying? But this clip is them, the whole ceremony of them giving J.Dilla his street name out there in Detroit. Check this shit out.
It's nice and icy, but that's just how my dad likes it. We really appreciate all of you guys for being here to share this special moment with us.
It's just like a moment of joy for all of us, for the family, for the fans, for everybody that has supported us along these years. Ooh, trying not to get emotional. It's really an overwhelming time.
The 7th, which is tomorrow, J.Dilla Day in the city of Detroit. So every February the 7th, he will be remembered as J.Dilla Day in the city of Detroit. So thank you all, God bless you all, and here is the J.Dilla Day.
Yeah. Okay, so let's do a countdown.
1, 2, 3.
You know what I'm saying? That was a ceremony. That was his daughters talking about it, thanking everybody. You know what I'm saying? That was his daughter up there speaking. You know what I'm saying? Definitely made her father proud. Common said, you know what I'm saying? I know J.Dilla is smiling down on everyone. You know what I mean? Common had posted that on his Instagram. February 7th is also now J.Dilla Day out there in Detroit. They also claim this day as his whole day, not just a street name, but they gave the whole day to him on his birthday today, February 7th. So shout out to J.Dilla, legendary producer. You know what I'm saying? In the music game. You feel me? He got his own street name and also got his own day today out there in Detroit, which is dope. You know what I mean? Shout out to J.Dilla. So Wu-Tang Clan, I've seen that they are working, they're putting out another album, 12 tracks. You know what I'm saying? 12-track album. It's going to be called The Black Samson, The Bastard Swordsman. You know what I'm saying? Gonna be due out April 12th. It's 12 tracks on it. It's gonna be all produced by Mathematics. If y'all don't know who Mathematics is, if y'all ain't watched the show that Wu-Tang had on Hulu, that definitely broke down to you who Mathematics is. You know what I'm saying? So Mathematics is the producer, been producing shit for the Wu-Tang Clan for a long time, since way back in the day. As you've seen, if you watch the show, this show would take place before Wu-Tang was Wu-Tang. So Mathematics been there from day one, and he's also the guy who designed that W logo, the Wu-Tang logo that we all know and love today, the legendary logo. Mathematics put that together. You know what I'm saying? Designed that shit from scratch. You know what I mean? If you watch the show, you'll see all about that shit. It's on Hulu. The Wu-Tang show that they had on Hulu broke it all down. So they got an album coming. You know what I'm saying? I'm excited about this shit. All produced by Mathematics. So RZA has no beats on here, which was kind of surprising to me. RZA usually has a little take in doing some type of beat or something for all Wu-Tang albums. But this is totally 100% produced by Mathematics. It's going to have some features on there. Benny the Butcher's going to be on there. Corrupt is going to be on there. 38 Special's going to be on there. Cool G Rap. You know what I'm saying? Cricket Eye. You know what I mean? Just to name a few. Of course, Redman. You know what I'm saying? And then all the other Wu-Tang artists is going to be on this album. 12-track album due out April 12th. You know what I'm saying? I am definitely hype about this shit. I fuck with the Wu-Tang. They are one of the most biggest hip-hop groups in the world, and they still be keeping it hip-hop with all the albums they dropped. Now, there was a few albums I definitely didn't like from them, but they old school shit and some of their new shit I still definitely fuck with. They all are still dope lyricists. Method Man is still a dope lyricist. RZA still can spit. You guys, Spectre Deck, you know what I'm saying? Jizza, all of them. They all are dope artists. Master Killer, you know what I'm saying? Capadonna, all of them are dope. You know what I'm saying? For a big ass group and all of them to be lyrically talented is something dope that we ain't seen since and we probably won't see. You know what I'm saying? I think it was a total of about 12 or something like that, or 9 of them or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't really able to find Wu-Tang themselves talking about the album coming. You know what I'm saying? Because Wu-Tang is another group that doesn't really do too many interviews. interviews. You know what I'm saying? They don't really do too many interviews, so it's hard to find a clip of them talking about such things. You know what I'm saying? So, but I did find some clips pertaining to the album title that they have. Black Samson and the Bastard Swordsman is two different people. From the quick research I was doing, Black Samson was the first black hero who was keeping evildoers and shit out the village. You know what I'm saying? He has been apparently he's been blessed with a power of strength by God himself. This is the story behind Black Samson. And this here is a little video that I found, you know what I'm saying, talking furthermore about who Black Samson is. Check this first one out.
Y'all, let me tell you about Samson, the strongest fella to ever walk this earth, blessed by God himself. Now Samson was a Nazirite, which meant no wine, no touching dead stuff, and for the love of the Lord, no cut in his hair. That was his secret sauce, real giant strength, you heard. Samson was stomping around, wrecking Philistines left and right, tearing lions apart like they was rag dolls, and even using a donkey jawbone to take out 1,000 men. But oh boy, trouble came knocking when he met Delilah, a woman fine as all outdoors. She was sweet talking and scheming, working for the Philistines to find his weakness. Samson fell head over heels, spilling his secret after she nagged constantly over and over. She cut his hair while he was napping, and bam, his strength vanished quicker than a fish off a line. The Philistines grabbed him, blinded him, and threw him in chains. But here's the kicker, Samson wasn't done. His hair grew back and he prayed one last time. At a big old Philistine party, he pulled down the temple, taking out himself and thousands of his enemies. Ain't that something? God's power shine even in Samson's darkest hour.
You know what I'm saying? He was first black superhero, you know what I'm saying, keeping the evildoers out the village, you know what I mean, with his strength that he had, you know what I'm saying. He went into a village and collapsed the whole village on the evildoers upon collapsing on himself as well. You know what I'm saying? So he was the first black hero. They made a little homage to him by putting his name in the title. And the Bastard Swordsman. The Bastard Swordsman is an old school swordsman from the old school karate flicks. You know what I'm saying? We all know Wu-Tang is a fan of the old school karate flicks, old school kung fu flicks, you know what I'm saying? So I found a little clip of the Bastard Swordsman doing his thing in one of these movies from back in the day, the old kung fu flicks. We all familiar with the old kung fu flicks, you know, the fast talking and then you see the lips still moving after the motherfucker stop talking. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? We familiar with them. So this is a clip of the Bastard Swordsman from one of them old school kung fu movies. Check this one out.
Don't you?
武当白石，领教高招。哼，十字辈的，我相信不会令我失望吧？呀！
You see, that was the Bastard Swordsman, you know what I'm saying, doing this thing, you know what I mean, waving that sword around, taking out hundreds of enemies, you know what I'm saying, one against all type shit, you know what I'm saying. So they named them after these two people and put them two together and made it the title of their album, which is some dope. Now this picture right here is the cover art of the album that they got coming. As you can see, it looks like that appears to be Black Samson sitting there on the throne, what appears to look like a dragon behind him of some sort, but whatever it is, it looks fucking dope. I think it's dope cover art. Wu-Tang always come with that dope cover art, you know what I'm saying? Some shit that's gonna be like, yo, that's fucking dope, you know what I mean? Some poster worthy shit, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, so shout out to Wu-Tang Clan, you know what I mean? Got an album coming out, long awaited, after 15 years that all of them ain't did a full album together. Been a long time coming for this, you know what I mean? So a lot of Wu-Tang fans is definitely hype about it. I myself is hype about this shit, you know what I mean? Shit, all of them getting together, coming together for one more album. I think that shit is gonna be fire because because the Wu-Tang Forever album, the double disc CD, is a fire ass album. You know what I mean? That's straight pure hip hop at its finest. You know what I'm saying? Definitely. You know what I mean? I fuck with that album for sure. And that's the last like dope Wu-Tang album that I remember that's up there on the top tier on the Mount Rushmore of motherfucking dope albums. You know what I'm saying? I put that shit up there with that for sure. The Wu-Tang Forever. You know what I mean? So this is their first album coming back after 15 years of not putting nothing together with all of them on the same album. You know what I'm saying? So this is them putting this shit together. Due out April 12th is when it's coming out. All produced by Mathematics. No beats. It's gonna be by the RZA. Kanye West. So Kanye West goes on Twitter and has another controversial rant of Jews and talking Nazis and all kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? Now, Charlemagne, I got a clip of Charlemagne saying that he thinks that Kanye is jealous of Kendrick Lamar because he wanted to be the one to take out Drake. You know what I'm saying? Kanye has voiced himself, you know what I mean, that he took out his nemesis, his arch enemy. You know what I'm saying? He didn't have to do nothing. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know why Drake is Kanye's arch enemy. I don't know what beef he got with him. You know what I'm saying? But apparently, through Charlemagne's theory, he feels that Kanye is jealous that he wasn't the one to do it. So he went on Twitter, I guess last night, and just was ranting off. You know what I'm saying? Just was ranting off a bunch of shit. You know what I'm saying? Just a few things. Let's go over some of the shit that he was ranting off about. You know what I mean? Let me go to it real quick. So Kanye goes on this anti-Semitic rant about Jewish people and claiming himself as a Nazi and said that he loves Hitler and all this type of just bunch of wild shit that he was saying. You know what I'm saying? So this right here, I took a little video as I was scrolling down of the shit that he was saying. You know what I'm saying? The shit that I'm about to read. You know what I mean? So this right here is a little video that you're gonna see while I'm reading this, scrolling down of just the shit that he was doing. This is some of the tweets. So the first one says, I'm never apologizing for my Jewish comments. I can say whatever the fuck I want to say forever. Where's my motherfucking apology for freezing my account? Suck my dick. How's that for an apology? You know what I'm saying? Because we all know when he went on the same rant before, they banned his account. You know what I mean? They took his Twitter account away. So that's what he's speaking on there. And he said, be clear, you Jewish niggas don't run me no more. This is a free country and this is my free opinion. You abort black children for stem cells. Abortion is murder. And it's pushed on to the black and Latino community. He also said, anybody that work for me that don't agree, fuck you, quit. You most likely charging too much anyway. Ain't nobody ramped up either. I'm calm as ice. This is how I really feel, how I really felt, and how I will always feel. Fuck all your fuck ass unfair business deals. Any Jewish person that does business with me needs to know I don't like or trust any Jewish person. And this is completely sober with no Hennessy. So in case somebody tried to say, oh, this nigga high again, oh, this nigga drunk again, drunk ranting, he put out there, nah, nigga, I am sober right now. No Hennessy, no nothing. Some of my best friends is Jewish and I don't trust any of them with a laughing emoji. I'm racist. Stereotypes exist for a reason and they all be true. I don't even know what the fuck anti-Semitic means. It's just some bullshit Jewish people made up to protect their bullshit. Was that the right there? Laughing face emojis. I don't know what that means because he said, was that the right there? W-R-I-T-E, not R-I-G-H-T. So I don't know what that means. He also said, if I lost everything again, tonight was worth it and I can die after this. I tour for money. I'd rather be playing The Last of Us Part 1 and 2, which was made by Jewish people. Good job. Thank you. If you'll remember my last episode, I recently put an episode out about that, how he was a big up in Tlu, The Last of Us Part 1 and 2. Apparently he's a big fan of that game. You know what I'm saying? He's a big fan of that game. So that's what he mean by that tweet there. And he also said, I just tweeted everything I could think of and I'm still alive. The nigga said, I love Hitler. Now what, bitches? I mean, then he said, I'm a Nazi. All white people are racist. Jewish people actually hate white people and use black people. Niggas, newsflash. White people and Jewish people are different. You can get money with Jewish people, but they always gonna steal and invite you over to their house on Friday. White people do not fuck with niggas. They leave that to the Jews. If you think you getting money with a white person, it's not true. That so-called white person is actually Jewish. Jews hate whites because of the Germans from World War II. Then he goes on and says, Elon stole my Nazi swag at the inauguration. Yo, my guy, get your own third rail. I guess he's talking about what I recently talked about on here when Elon Musk was giving that salute, which looked like a Hitler salute. And people were saying it's a Roman salute and all this type of bullshit. He also says, I love when Jewish people come to me and say they can't work with me anymore. It's my fave, he said. So this is all of the rants and shit that he went on. And that's the tweets that he was talking about and shit last night. I don't know where this shit coming from. Shit came out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? The shit came out of nowhere. I don't know what this shit is about, why he chose to attack Jewish people. You didn't learn your lesson from the last time, my nigga. As much as you want to say about Jewish people, you know what I'm saying, they have a lot of power in this country, in this world, as shows, as he got banned last time he did this. Nick Cannon is another example that we all seen that Jewish people have power. You know what I'm saying? They took Nick Cannon's whole show, #1 show, as thriving as Wild 'N Out was. Now, granted, he got it back after he had conversations with some of the high priests, high-ranking Jewish people or whatnot, and learned some things or whatnot, you know what I mean? And got his shit back, you know what I'm saying? But they took Wild 'N Out for a long fucking time. Viacom even wrote Nick Cannon off. Viacom, y'all don't know who Viacom is. Viacom is the people who are in charge of everything television, cable, communication, MTV, all channels, all that shit is all under Viacom. You know what I'm saying? So Viacom wrote Nick Cannon off. Canceled the show and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? This is when he fired everybody and all this type of shit. And yeah, that was the birth of the 85 South show, matter of fact, with Chico Beans, DC Young Fly, and Carlos Miller. You know what I'm saying? They went on and did their own thing on YouTube and started the 85 South show. That was due to what happened with Nick Cannon. They thought they was out of a job, so they made something happen for themselves. And 85 South show is thriving. Shout out to the 85 South show. You know what I'm saying? So Kanye went on this rant, you know what I mean? And this next clip that you're about to see is Charlemagne on his theory and his take on why Kanye chose to go on this rant. Check it out.
Attention seeking. He's doing that because he's envious of Kendrick's moment. He wishes this was him because Kendrick is having a moment for being a prolific artist who took out his #1 op, Drake. Right? That's what Kanye wishes that was him in this moment. So he's been doing all these antics for attention all week, because he's trying to get people to do exactly what they are doing now, and that's talking about him. But Kanye, that is a sideshow compared to what Kendrick did on Sunday at the Grammys and what Kendrick is going to do this Sunday at the Super Bowl.
And then what you did at the Grammys, you bought a raw chicken wing on the red carpet. I wonder if she's ever cold, yo. It's like, you don't ever be cold.
She came in with a coat first, then she took it off.
And this is the cheapest, this is the cheapest relationship. He ain't never got to spend no money on no clothes. I sure they ain't never got nothing.
And you're using the right word, just cheap. You know, all these antics are cheap. Meanwhile, you got people on that stage being rewarded for their art the way that you used to, Kanye. And Kendrick Lamar got rewarded 5 times for a diss record to your #1 op. You wish that was you.
5 plus 5, 8.
But you know the crazy thing about all that? You just said everything that he said. We just talked about Kanye for about 2-3 minutes, and nobody ever said that he released a record last night.
That's what I'm saying.
He did.
Crazy.
I didn't even.
He released a record last night.
Too much to get through.
Kendrick is getting rewarded and praised all week for being a prolific artist.
Yeah.
Who took out Kanye's #1 op. Kanye wishes that was him. All these antics are cheap to try to get attention, to try to step on Kendrick's moment for the week. We don't care, Kanye.
Yeah.
We don't care.
And it just don't make no sense. He tweeted he turned down 3 photos this week with a Make-A-Wish kid in a wheelchair. Like, what does that have to do with anything? And then he said he got in the shower, thought him worth. I don't understand. He said he's not off the Henny either.
And he's proud of the fact that a kid would make a wish that means the kid is going to die soon. And his wish was to take a picture with Ye, and you turned it down, and you proud of that?
He said he's not off the Henny either.
A clown.
That's the whole thing. Shoot.
Yeah, well.
What else we got going on, yo?
We don't have time for it. Okay, so
real quick, and I don't like people who do corny stuff, but then try to make it seem like just because they're getting money, it's not corny.
It's
I don't care that you're a billionaire.
Billionaires.
I don't care that you're a white billionaire.
You know what I'm saying? That was Charlemagne and the Breakfast Club and them talking about it and shit like that and saying that, you know what I mean? He think he jealous. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause he wanted to be the one to take out. He wanted to be the one to take out Drake. You know what I'm saying? So he went on this rant and started talking all this shit on Twitter. You know what I mean? And he's a Nazi and talking all this Jewish. Y'all read all that shit for y'all. You know what I mean? I don't understand it. I don't get it, man. You know what I mean? If you feel like that, sometimes it's best to just stay in your thoughts to yourself. You know what I mean? Because that shit can get you canceled out here. That shit can get your Twitter account taken away again. You know what I'm saying? They already showed you they're not going to play with you about that anti-Semitic shit. You know what I'm saying? And I part of me agrees with that, though. You know what I mean? Because we didn't hear nothing about anti-Semitic, you know what I mean, until it was some slander said about Jewish people. Then they came up with that word. You know what I mean? All of a sudden, the word started circulating, anti-Semitic, whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? Which is, I said that before, too, though. It's the word that they came up with to have you arrested for some type of slander on Jewish people, you know what I mean? But that just let you know the type of power they got out here, you know what I'm saying? Drake is half Jewish, you know what I mean? That let you know the type of power he got, you know what I'm saying? We all see the type of power that Drake has, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, some stuff Kanye says, I'll agree with, you know what I mean? He keeping it real, but he keeping it too real, but a lot of stuff I can't agree with. I don't know what the, you know what I'm saying? I understand he's a Nazi and I can't get down with that. You know what I'm saying? I can't get down with that as a black man. I can't ever call myself a Nazi, even if I'm trolling or joking around. I don't even play around like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a nigga to kid around or joke too much. So I'm not even going to go there. I don't know what that's about. You know what I'm saying? He's also the same person who put on, what did he put on a t-shirt that said, it was White Lives Matter. You know what I'm saying? That's what he put that shirt on when he was married to Kim Kardashian. You know what I'm saying? So he put that shirt on and rocked that shit, White Lives Matter. But Kanye does all this controversy shit. You know what I'm saying? It gets some coin though. You know what I mean? At the same time, it get him paid because we talking about it. You know what I'm saying? He's headlining. You know what I mean? With the shit that he doing. So I don't know if it's a marketing, money making tactic. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I have no idea. I don't know why he chose to do that shit and say that type of shit. And it's borderline, you know what I'm saying, racism and shit like that. I wouldn't really play around with that when you are as big a name as Kanye West. You know what I'm saying? And you have all these millions. All that shit could be to a screeching halt with the shit that you're saying. You know what I'm saying? You playing with people that's in a whole lot of motherfucking power that got way more power than you. You know what I'm saying? And that ain't, to me, ain't really a smart move. You know what I'm saying? But teachers, I don't know, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to him speaking his motherfucking mind. You know what I mean? I guess we can look at that on a positive note. You know what I'm saying? Speaking his mind and shit, he ain't keeping that shit to himself. But some shit, I feel you got to keep to yourself. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to be going on rants like that, you know what I mean? Touchy shit like race and Jewish people and all that type of shit. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, next topic, I forgot to write this down, so I'm going to just go over it real quick. Because I talked about Lil Wayne, said he had an announcement and shit like that coming yesterday. I waited around, didn't see nothing. I waited around, looked on Apple Music, kept looking at it, refreshing it, didn't see shit. But the last album that he put out a while ago, you know what I'm saying, didn't see anything else on there, you know what I'm saying, didn't drop nothing. But today I found out that what it probably was is that he did a remix with Leangelo Ball and got on the Tweaker remix. You know what I'm saying? And I listened to it, which is dope. Lil Wayne's verse is fire on there for sure. You know what I'm saying? Definitely dope on there for sure. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. You know what I mean? That's what I forgot to write down. You know what I'm saying? But, yeah, he got hopped on Tweaker, hopped on the remix. You know what I'm saying? Hopped on the remix for Tweaker and spit a fire verse on there. You know what I'm saying? Definitely swallowed Leangelo Ball alive with his verse. You know what I mean? Definitely killed his verse for sure. His one verse killed his two for sure, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, you know what I mean? Shout out to Lil Wayne. I forgot to write that down, but that's what it was, probably, that he was talking about what we were going to be getting as far as he had something special. I hope that's not it. I hope he really talked about the Carter 6, but now the 6 came and went, and we didn't see nothing. I didn't see nothing from Lil Wayne. Did y'all? I didn't. You know what I'm saying? He said on the 6th, Thursday, yesterday, you feel me? So I didn't see nothing from him. I don't know if that's what he was talking about, being that the song dropped today. I don't know. You know what I mean? Yeah. But yeah, I wanted to throw that in there. I forgot to write that down. But 50 Cent and Lil Meech. So 50 Cent is now targeting Lil Meech, after we seen what I talked about on here a couple episodes ago, Big Meech was linking up with Rick Ross for the concert and the car show that Rick Ross does annually every year, you know what I mean? Or every 6 months, maybe more than once a year, I don't know, but he has this car show that he sponsors and apparently be linked up with Big Meech for it. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna have a concert and all that type of shit. And 50 Cent didn't like that. You know what I mean? 50 Cent didn't like that. Of course he didn't. We all know how 50 Cent get down. You know what I'm saying? 50 Cent is a my enemy's your enemy type of nigga. You know what I'm saying? So he recently came at, or he leaked some tweets out. He leaks a picture out of a screenshot of a text that is now deleted that from Lil Meech. From Lil Meech. It's this picture right here, matter of fact, that you see on the screen. So these are text messages that was leaked out that 50 Cent put out, and it's from Lil Meech. It's from Lil Meech, and he's explaining to him why his dad linked up with Rick Ross. But he says, fuck Ross. You know what I'm saying? But he said he gave his dad some bread so that he can afford to pay his bills and shit until the next season starts. You know what I'm saying? So he starts off by telling 50, they just told me you unfollowed me off Instagram. And now you managing Skilla Baby with Rocket. When I brought him around you first, you didn't even have an idea who he was. Now you mad at me? When I would take the shirt off my back for you. I can't believe this, man. You act as if I'm your enemy. I've only showed you love and loyalty. Inhuman, I go through my own shit, but I never switched up on you. You know what I'm saying? That's when he said, fuck Ross, but he gave my dad some bread so we can afford to pay his bills until our next season starts. This internet shit is throwing me off, man. You know me in real life. So 50 Cent posted a caption with that, as you see, and say, what next season, little nigga? So he definitely hitting that, you know what I'm saying? Possibly taking him off or casting him differently, something like that. You know what I mean? Definitely hitting at that, what next season, little nigga? You know what I'm saying? And then he said he gonna call Mona Scott. This is the next pic that he put that's also now deleted. You know what I'm saying? Said Lil Meech gonna be on Love and Hip Hop in Atlanta. Said he gonna give Mona Scott a call for him later on today. You know what I'm saying? So apparently kicking him off type shit. You know what I mean? That's pretty much saying that shit without saying it. You know what I'm saying? Go get out of here, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, you want to team up with a rat because he's calling Big Meech a rat. You know what I'm saying? So he's calling him a rat. So he's like, you want to team up with a rat and go link up with Rick Ross and all this type of shit? Fuck both of you niggas. You know what I'm saying? This is the take that I'm getting from 50 Cent and his actions and what he's saying. You know what I'm saying? Fuck both of y'all. You know what I'm saying? You want to go link up with them? We all know how 50 get down. You know what I'm saying? My enemy is your enemy. He that type of mentality type of nigga. You know what I mean? So 50 Cent's son had put out on the internet and had a message for Lil Meech. Now we know 50 Cent's son, Marquise, you know what I'm saying? They don't really get along. Marquise was being real spoiled, saying he wasn't giving him enough money. When 50 came out and said he was giving him like $10,000 a month or something like that, which is definitely enough fucking money for anybody. You know what I'm saying? $10,000 a fucking month and you ain't working or doing nothing. That's just for being who the fuck you are, and you had the nerve to complain about that shit. So his son, I guess, is trying to have his back or whatnot. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But he put out this video and he was talking about, you know what I'm saying? He's like, Lil, you thought you was special. You thought you was special. And man, and when he's saying this, you can see 50 Cent in him so much on this video, especially when he started laughing. Check this shit out. This is 50 Cent's son talking about Lil Meech after these messages. He leaked these message screenshots of the texts and shit to Lil Meech and shit like that. So this is what 50 Cent's son, Lil Marquise, had put out and said. Check this shit out.
What's up, y'all? I woke up today and I had this overwhelming thought in my head, and I think like something is telling me to tell y'all or share this message with y'all. So I feel like it's somebody out here, or maybe there's a bunch of people out here that need to hear this. And it was like, you thought you were special. You really thought you were special. Who told you you were special? You thought you were special.
You saying, you know what I'm saying? He said, you thought you was special, nigga? You thought you was special because you was working with this nigga? This nigga don't give a fuck about nobody. Nigga, you were not special. Nigga, you not nobody special. That's what he said. You know what I'm saying? So that's what 50 Cent's son said. Put out that shit about him, you know what I mean? Said he wasn't special, you know what I'm saying? And also, you know what I'm saying, due to him texting Lil Meech and shit like that, I guess he's taking his dad's side, you know what I'm saying, after all of the past spoiled shit that he was doing in front of our eyes, all the antics he was saying, 10,000 wasn't enough and all this shit. Yeah, being spoiled, you know what I mean? So, but he definitely seemed like he's taking his dad's side in this situation, you know what I mean? So, yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's 50 Cent and his son, and now he's targeting Lil Meech, possibly kicking him off the show or recasting him to somebody else. Kendrick Lamar. So Kendrick Lamar did another little interview, you know what I'm saying? Did another little interview, like I said in the beginning, to this dude named Timothy Chalamet. I'm not sure who Timothy Chalamet is, you know what I'm saying? But the interview was dope. They talk about creative process. They talk about the creative process and looking at and how they do things and shit like that. Kendrick Lamar is talking about the biggest misconception of him and shit like that. He also said that he got to keep his pen moving. You got to be vulnerable when he writing shit like that. You know what I mean? And he said the pen is his personality, pushing through. You know what I'm saying? He said The Man at the Garden was one of the easiest songs that he wrote. You know what I'm saying? Because it was just pretty much him. You know what I'm saying? It was talking about himself. They said that was the easy song for him to write. And they talk about what they go through as far as their creative process and all that shit. And based off how long it's been when you come back to it after it's been a long time and the whole shit. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. You know what I mean? He did the little interview after he did the interview. This is after he did the interview Apple Music with Ebro and Deska. You know what I'm saying? So this is the full interview right here. You know what I mean? It's about 3 minutes and 30 seconds. I'm gonna go ahead and play it. You know what I'm saying? We can watch this last one together. Fuck it. So this is the interview right here. You know what I'm saying? This is the interview that he put out with this dude, Timothy Chalamet. You know what I'm saying? Maybe y'all recognize him. Like I said, I don't recognize him. I don't know what movies he's been in, but he's an actor. You know what I mean? Excuse me. And they do this in his GNX. You know what I'm saying? In Kendrick Lamar's GNX. You know what I mean? It's Grand National. They sit in there. Kendrick is driving around what appears to be LA. You know what I'm saying? So this is the interview right here. We're going to watch this last one together. Check it out.
All right. My life is in your hands.
Scared, man. I told you I got you, man. You got movies to film.
Yeah, exactly.
Put your seatbelt on. Your seatbelt on?
Yeah, let me get it on. Hold on.
Seatbelt on.
Oh, it is on. Oh, I didn't see. All right. Yeah. So I was like, man, people are be saying I look soft. All right. Gotcha. All right.
Be in the studio. It's been a while. You know, you might come off with a little bit of writer's block. So we always got this thing about like keeping the pen moving. So this exercise.
Keeping the pen moving.
Doing 16 bars, going home. You know, always just keep moving. How I feel if it's been a while for you.
Yeah.
Take a minute for you to warm up in front of the camera, take a minute to remember the lines, get into the character. How long what's that process?
Yeah, all the above. You know, I try to prep at home. But the thing about acting is if you don't have an audience, it's just a form of insanity. You know? Then you're just, what are you doing? You know, so I'll definitely try to warm up and then, you know, lose that self-consciousness when you finally get back out there.
Yeah.
But that takes time. You know, I always try to embrace failure. You were talking about that the other day, you know, that the most important part of a bad day is like the way you leave it. And if you could leave a bad take or a bad day with a positive attitude, then you got nothing to fear, you know.
I think that's probably one of the biggest misconceptions about me as an artist. I'm always locked in and I'm always trying new things. Whether or not I like them is a whole nother
right
conversation, but I have to keep the pen moving. You know, it's not from,
gotta keep the pen moving.
And it's also has given me the opportunity to learn myself. You know, find out who I am.
You mean through the styles of expression or the actual lyricism or everything?
I mean, because when we write, man, you gotta sit and go through the emotions and be vulnerable about it. You know, whether it's a fun song or sad or, you know, got some type of depth or not. These are still relatively your personality, you know, pushing through. And so a lot of these records I write, man, a lot of stuff I probably would never express or even known about myself if it wasn't for an instrumental behind it. With my projects, it always be that one record I feel like
Grand National
that I want everyone to hear, you know what I'm saying? In order to push the narrative or just the message and the tone that I want to get across. I can have so many other records that have different narratives and tones, you know, like Reflection, right? To preserve a space for that one that I want everyone to hear, that's what pushes me, man. That's why I like The Man at the Garden and even the fact that it's at the top of the record.
yeah, that's how it felt like to me. You know, also just being a fan of your music forever and knowing like where you're at now, man. Like it's this crazy Super Bowl halftime show, and you just keep climbing, bro. It's like amazing.
Appreciate it, man. I mean that, bro. Yeah. Man in the Garden, I mean every word on that motherfucker, man. That's probably the easiest record.
Mean every word.
You know, and I figured out who I am in this present moment. You know.
So that was the whole little clip. That was the whole little interview, the little clip that they put out. You know what I'm saying? If it is more to this, I haven't seen it yet. I will look for it though. You know what I'm saying? But this is mainly what they put out. This was put out right here by the NFL. You know what I'm saying? Apple had put this same little 3.5 minute clip out for the little interview that he did. You know what I'm saying? Quick little conversation, but it's dope though. Give you a nice little insight. You know what I'm saying? Give you a nice little insight. Talk about the process, the creative process and all that shit, writing and all that. Said he got to keep the pen moving. You know what I'm saying? That's, you know what I mean? Vulnerability and shit like that, putting your all into that pen. You know what I'm saying? If you heard the song called Gloria on his album, he telling you all about it. You know what I'm saying? Gloria is not about a woman. You feel me? For those that think that it could be about a woman, I can understand how you probably think that's about a woman, but it is not. That shit is definitely about a pen. Gloria is a type of pen. You know what I'm saying? Google it. But yeah, though, you know what I mean? That was Kendrick Lamar and his little interview he did with Timothy Chalamet. You know what I'm saying? Before the Super Bowl. You know what I mean? So that was him talking and shit like that. But that's all the topics I got for y'all today. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully y'all enjoyed these topics on a Friday. Hopefully you enjoy your Friday. You know what I mean? Hopefully I didn't keep you too long. You know what I'm saying? On this Friday. I figure we watched that last one together. You know what I'm saying? 3.5 minutes worth. You feel me? But yeah, thank all y'all for watching though. You know what I'm saying? This has been episode 185. Thank you for tuning in. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for tuning in. Hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, comment on this shit, what you liked about it, what you didn't like about it. Comment. You know what I'm saying? Hit them comments up. You know what I'm saying? Hit the like button. You know what I mean? Hit that subscribe button. Tell your friends, tell your people about it. Tell everyone about it. You know what I mean? If you in the store with something, waiting in the line, nigga ringing you up. Tell them about Kons podcast. You know what I'm saying? You going to work out on the treadmill, running along, somebody running along on the side of you. You know what I'm saying? Let them know about Kons podcast too. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, though, you know what I'm saying? You hear that beat slapping, turning up. You know what I'm saying? Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for watching. You know what I mean? Thank you all for subscribing. Thank you for those of you that share every time. Thank you all for sharing. You know what I'm saying? This has been Kons motherfucking podcast. You know what I'm saying? Oh, wait. Stop the beat. Let's go over what we did today. You know what I'm saying? Let's go over what we did today. Let's conclude it. Bring the energy down one time. You feel me? So, today's episode, we touched on J.Dilla. Got a street named after him out in Detroit. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to J.Dilla. You know what I mean? Questlove, Common, Pete Rock, Kareem Riggins, Jessica Care Moore, and Councilman Mary Sheffield was the people that was putting this together and made it happen. Also, J.Dilla Day today. They have made it official in the city of Detroit. February 7th is now J.Dilla Day in the Motor City. Wu-Tang Clan got another album coming April 12th. The Black Samson, the Bastard Swordsman. You know what I'm saying? We touched on that. Told you, explained to you who Black Samson is. Explained to you who a Bastard Swordsman is. Kanye West went on a rant. Started ranting about a bunch of racist shit and started talking about he's a Nazi and Jewish people and all this shit. You know what I'm saying? Went on the rant. Charlemagne said it was probably because he was jealous because he wanted to be the guy to take out Drake. 50 Cent had put out screenshots that Lil Meech had texted him and told him about possibly not being on the show next season. Lil Meech was texting 50 Cent about his dad linking up with Rick Ross and said he did that for the bag so they can pay bills until next season. 50 Cent came back with, what next season, little nigga? So hinting that he might be kicking him off or recasting him for somebody else. We also touched on Lil Wayne hopped on the remix to Tweaker to LiAngelo Ball's single and killed it. Kendrick Lamar did a little interview with Timothy Chalamet inside his GNX, his Grand National. And they went on, had a little insightful conversation about the writing process and the process of creating and all that. Dope little insider interview that they did rolling around the city in Kendrick's Grand National. But that's everything we went over. Episode 185. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you all for watching. You know what I'm saying? It's Friday. Hope you enjoy your weekend. You know what I'm saying? Hope you ended your week with Kons motherfucking podcast. So hope you come back Monday. Start your week off with Kons motherfucking podcast. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, for real this time, as that beat is turning up, you already know what it is. Hit that subscribe button. Tell your friends, tell your people about this shit and all that. You know what I'm saying? Really signing out this time for real. You know what I mean? As you hear that beat, getting louder and louder in the background. Enjoy these motherfucking credits. Thanks for watching.
Motherfucking podcast.
You hate me, don't you? You hate me, don't you?
Constant motherfucking content.
Don't you? You hate me, 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 don't you?